Hello and welcome back to All the Mods 10. Today we'll be yet again going over the ATM star and how you make it, because in a recent 3.0 update there has been a change. So let's take a look at what has been changed. So this is the setup that took 5 painful hours in order to do. Of course, it's your choice if you want to watch it or not. Probably not going to upload. No, I'm not going to make you watch it, because you're probably going to you're probably here just for that quick information about the changes of the ATM star and even how you even make the star. So anyway, let's go over that and take a look at the ATM star right here. And yeah, you need to make the Runic star altar and its modern industrialization. It's a modern industrialization machine now. So they did away with the MMR stuff, which is the modular machine reborn mod, which was the previous mod that they piggyback off of in order to make the star. So yeah, it's modern industrialization now. So it's the same ingredients or very similar, and in order to make the star the first time around, you need these particular ingredients in order to make the star right there. And if you want to repeat that with the B stuff, you can do that right down here. Right down here. So how do you make the Runic Star altar? Well, you need to go through Forbidden Arcanus once again, and you need the top tier, tier 5, in order to make the block right there. So in order to make tier 5, you need these particular items. In order to make the tier 4, you need these particular items. You need the tier 3, you need these particular items. In order to make tier 2, you need these items. In order to make tier 1, well, there it is. There's the pop-up right there. Okay, so going back to here, once you make the block, it's not over, because you need several materials, because this is a multi-block structure. And if you press U on this, I don't think this is the right list of materials, so don't go off of that. So once you make the block, just get your wrench, hold it, and let me get one of these blocks, and I'll show you. That right there. And then what you need to do is put your wrench in there offhand, get all these materials, and just build it out. Just build it out. There may be an auto build, but I haven't seen that. Maybe it exists, maybe it doesn't, but if it does, good for you. Good for you. I didn't do it that way, because you know why? Because I already built the damn thing when MMR was around, and I just copy and pasted it over here. And that's it. Easy peasy. You know, just change out the main block right there, change out a couple of hatches, reset up your stuff, move your patterns over, you know, put your power and stuff like that over, and you're done. You're done, you know. You can copy and paste it from your old setup to over here, and then if you have the MMR block, you can even convert that into modern industrialization machine counterpart, because there is a recipe for that, right? Right? Yeah, there is, right there. So yeah, some of the blocks can be converted over from MMR to modern industrialization. So once you get this whole thing set up right here, it's not over yet. You need to put in your hatchet and stuff like that, and you may be thinking, oh, I need to do the entirety of modern industrialization in order to make all this stuff. No, you don't. You don't really have to, you know. So even though that I spent 5 painful hours of using these turbo hatches and everything like that, because I already had it on hand. And after that, I realized there are runic hatches that you can make right there. So there we go. There's the runic energy input hatch, which can probably hold more. There's the fluid hatch, which can probably hold more. Here's the fluid output hatch. Here's the item input hatch and the item output hatch. Here's a notable one, which is the runic input hatch. Where is it again? Here we go. Here's the runic input hatch right there. And if you take a look, it has more slots. There's something that I didn't realize in my 5-hour painful rebuilding of all the structures right here. I just used the turbo hatches because I already had it on hand, and I didn't realize these exist. But now I do. And I'm showing you. These are the new runic hatches that you can use with your multi-block structure. So, of course, not only that, there is a caveat with this. And in order to make the star, let's go back to the recipe over here. You may notice there is a power requirement right down up there, and it requires 2048 EU per tick for this and for that. So yeah, going into here, I have like 4 of these highly advanced upgrades. I already have them on hand. If you hold shift, there's the power right there. So yeah, you can make something else in order to, you know, it's slightly cheaper. You can make something called a runic attuned arcane crystal. If you hold shift like that, you can put it inside your electric machine upgrade and stuff like that. And it's plus 512 EO per tick. And how do you make it? Like that. You make it like that. It looks a little bit easier. Just look a little bit easier. So you don't have to go through the MI route in order to make the damn thing, but do whatever you want. Use this. Use the other upgrades that you had on hand. whichever one you want in order to satisfy the power requirement. It's up to you. I'm going to decide to keep this in here because I don't want to go making this stuff. You know, you can if you want to. You can even put that through the automatic Hephaestus forge if you want to. So yeah. Once you set up your runic star altar and you make your first star right there, that's it. You beat the pack. Congrats! You made your first star. But of course, if you want to make more than one star, it's not over. It's a little bit more involved. So yeah. Anyway, to make the shards right here, you will need something called an automatic Hephaestus forge right there, and I will show you what this is. This is like. Well, you can see it right there. I don't need to show you. So yeah. Anyway, this one I recommend that you place down 4 of the fluid input hatches. So yeah, liquid Oreo, blood from Eelcraft, liquid souls, and what is this? XP, liquid XP right there. And those are the 4 fluids that the automatic Hephaestus forge can take in order to make your stuff. So you right click all the recipes right here. Here are the 4 prisms. Here's the soul binding crystals that makes the shards right here. For the ATM shards right there. And this one, that's not used anymore. I should get rid of that. Here's the quantum injector. So that's required for making other things with the forge. So yeah, those are the recipes right there. And that is for the automatic Hephaestus forge right there. So once you make your shards, it's not over yet. So let's take a look at the recipe yet again. You need the infused Patrick Star. That's right. This is not the regular Patrick Star right there. So in order to make the infused Patrick Star, you go over here. Go to the Runic Star altar once again. And of course, the Runic Star altar can make the regular one and the infused one. This is where the extra slots comes in with the runic item hatch right there. That has more slots. I didn't realize that, so I ended up using 2 of the turbo item input hatches. It works. It works either way. So I may switch it out just to make it a little bit more cleaner. So cool. So yeah, these are all the recipes in here. Here's the infused Patrick Star. Here's the regular Patrick Star. Here's the 5 ATM star shards right there. So you combine it with the prism with the more of the ATM star shards in order to make these little corner thingamajiggies. And then you have the final star right there. Final star. Let's take a look at here. Here's Patrick Star. Here's the shards. And this one's easy. This one's easy. This one, the Lens of the Killer, that's also easy. You just put it through the Actual Editions Atomic Reconstructor a couple of times and you get the Lens of the Killer right there. But of course, there is a little bit more to do in order to get this stuff. So you look at the recipe for the Infused Patrick Star, you may notice, hey, what's this mending stuff on it? Well, it requires mending books right there. And what about the Lens of the Killer? What's that sword thing? What's that enchanted book in order to make the Lens of the Killer? Oh, you need sharpness 5 too. And you know how do you make you know how you make that thing? That's right. You need the runic enchanter stuff. Let's go back to that and check that out, shall we? Let's go over here and here's the mending book. Now there are a couple of ways to get the mending books. You know, you can get from villagers, you can get from enchantment, you can get from mine colonies, the enchanter stuff from MA, you can get from create the runic enchanter right there. Is what you're supposed to do. But it's like this whole big honking structure. Let me show you what it could look like. Let me go back over here. And it's that big enchanter thingamajiggy that we built. Yeah, this thing. So yeah, I wasn't having any of it. So I'm just not going to build this thing. And I went a completely different route. So let's go back to here. And here we go. I went through the create stuff because we do have the enchantment industry, and it works. Here's the mending book right there, and here's the sharpness 5 book right there. And it just prints it, you know, using the XP and books and whatnot, and then puts it back into here. And then, yeah, you can make Lens of the Killer, and you can make Infused Patrick Star in order to continue your journey down repeatable stars right there. So once you get all these ingredients, you can make even more stars. So yeah, that's about it. So yeah, let's see. The hatches. I'm going to switch out the item hatches, the runic item hatches, just to have more slots and everything like that. And I can just keep the regular hatches. It's not a problem at all, you know. It's not a problem at all. So yeah, with the runic crucible right here, I'm using that to make obsidian steel ingots. And what do you even do with this stuff? Let me press U on this thing. See, crystal thingamajiggy right there. And see this stuff right there. Yeah, I have no idea. This one is probably an item, right? Let me go down here. What's this? Obsidian skulls. Oh, right, you need the Dark Nether Stars for some reason. That's for the, it's a Forbidden Arcanist recipe for some reason. Oh, yeah, that's for making tier 5. It's making tier 5, yes. And what other items can I make out of it? Obsidian steel. Oh, yeah, you need the Corrupty Dust, don't you? That's part of the star recipe. Right there. Yeah, that's why we need this stuff. So, yeah, I recommend that you make more than one of these runic crucibles. One for the obsidian steel ingots right there, and one for making your liquids, because this is custom liquids that's for the multi-block structures. You can't just shove like item souls in there. Well, it probably does require souls and other things as well. So yeah, the runic crucibles require some items in order to make the liquid stuff. So yeah, you need liquid Ariel, you need blood, you need liquid souls, and you need XP, and you need something called liquefied source. So yeah, in order to get your unrefined souls, you just check in JI. It's really easy, you know. In order to get liquid souls, you need like a runic crucible. I recommend just separating them out and having them like craft all day long and just keep things topped up. And I estimate like 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 runic crucibles, you know, just to get things started. So yeah, that's why I want to do. That's why I want to do. So I recommend doing that anyway. So, all right. So let's go over here and check out the liquefied source, because we do have an add-on mine for the Osnaveau stuff, and that is Starbunkomania. So I have an ME source jar connected to my ME network. I have plenty of source in the ME network, just farming it all day long. And yeah, I have a relay on top, and I'm relaying the source out of the ME network into a regular old source jar, and I have something called a source condenser right near it. So it's going to take the source out of that source jar, convert it into liquid source, and I have a storage bus connected to it. So cool. That's how you get liquefied source for your other needs. So what do you need liquefied source for? Well, you go to the Runic Enchanter, and you can make books of it. Make books of it right there. And what about the Runic Crucible? Oh, that's right. You need that as well in order to make liquid souls. You need to make the enchanted souls. You need to make liquid Ariel, obsidian steel ingots, and whatnot. Just check in GEI. It's all right there. It's all right there. So if you don't know how to make it, just check GEI. It's all right there. So in order to get the souls, it's just easy peasy, you know. Just do whatever you want in order to get the souls. It's really easy. So yeah, what I did with the souls is once I find one, I amber it, put it with the bees, set it, and forget it. I'm done. I am done with the souls right there. So anyway, where the heck was I going? Oh yeah, I was going back to here, wasn't I? There we go. So yeah, that's the Runic Crucible right there. You can make the Runic Enchantment library if you want to, but yeah, I decided not to go that route because it was a pain in the ass, and I didn't want to do that. So cool. All right, so which one's hacked in? Okay, let's get rid of this. Let me get rid of this, and let me get rid of this, and let me get rid of this. All right, so I think I went over everything that I know so far with this stuff. Is that okay, get rid of that. All right, so yeah, I guess that's everything. The what I know so far about the new changes to the ATM star right there. So let me just take a quicker look here. Yeah, I think I got everything here. Yeah, I got everything right there. Let me press U on this. Okay, there we go. What is this? Oh, you can make this block with this. Nice, unbreaky. You make a block right there. Make it easier to make this particular block right there. Awakened. It's awakened block. So yeah, you need to make the awakened version right there. What is this? Unobtainium vibranium block. Yeah, you need to do that, didn't you? Good thing I already made the first star. I don't need to do that anymore. Alright, so yeah, hopefully this video has been helpful. I don't think you want to watch my 5-all-along video. It's not. It doesn't even have the new stuff anyway, so it's like whatever. Alright, so this has been another episode of All the Mods 10. I'm in Fumble Block. Hopefully this video has been helpful. If you know some of the new stuff that I didn't mention in the video, comment section below, let me know about it. So yeah, see you next time.